Titanoboa is a huge snake that lived about 60 million years ago. Although according to official data, the reptile is long since extinct, some photos suggest otherwise. It seems early to pigeonhole Titanoboa. In this episode, you'll see Titanoboa that was caught on camera, as well as some of the largest snakes on the planet that will impress you. Let's go! Titanoboa from the Amazon River. In 2009, the remains of more than 20 snakes, which according to scientists reached a length of 42.6 feet or more and weighed about a ton, were found in a deep mine in Colombia. The excavations were made near the Colombian town of Sariñón. So the snake was internationally named Titanoboa sariñonensis. It's believed that Titanoboa lived on the planet as much as 58 million years ago. For several million years, it was one of the largest animals in the world. To understand how imposing this animal looked, you can compare its length to the long neck of a giraffe. Two giraffes stacked on their sides would have been shorter than one Titanoboa stretched out to its full length. This colossal snake looked like a modern boa constrictor, but acted more like today's Amazon anaconda. It was a slippery swamp dweller and a huge reptile capable of eating almost any animal. Its body diameter was close to the size of a human waist. The snake was about 3 feet wide and weighed over a ton. Now Titanoboa has become a kind of new Loch Ness monster, which people try to find and capture on camera to this day. But why do people never give up hope of encountering the ancient creature? Because there are still many places in South America where no man has gone before. Because the region is so poorly explored, there may well be animals thought to be extinct or unknown to science lurking there. That's why people always want to catch Titanoboa on camera. When this image appeared on the internet, the caption stated that it had nothing to do with Photoshop. The black and white photo was taken at the mouth of the Amazon River. The huge snake frightened the locals and caused problems, so they decided to deal with the giant on their own. The authors of the photo above managed to calculate the size of the animal. Focusing on the surrounding objects and the distance between the photographer and the snake, the body length of the snake in the picture was about 115 feet, and its width was 29.5 inches. This black and white photo was taken in 1948, but it still excites the public, fascinated by fantastic animals. By the way, a logical question arises. How could the photographer get so close to the monster? It's said that the military immobilized the snake, shooting more than 500 bullets into it. Titanoboa from Congo. In 1959, Remy van Leerd was serving as a colonel in the Belgian Air Force at Kamina Air Base in Congo. Returning from a mission by helicopter, he reported seeing a huge snake as he flew over the forest. He described a snake that was about 49 feet long with a triangular head that was 24 inches wide. If his estimates were accurate, the giant he saw was one of the largest snakes that's ever existed in the modern world. Colonel Van Leerd described the snake as having dark green and brown upper scales and a white belly. When he saw the reptile, he ordered the pilot to turn around and make another flyby, at which point the snake raised its front end by as much as 10 feet, as if preparing to strike, making it possible to see its belly. However, flying so low, Van Leerd was afraid that the helicopter might be too close to the giant and ordered the pilot to return to the base. If you think that Titanoboa hunted like a modern boa constrictor, wrapping itself around its prey and squeezing until it's suffocated, you're mistaken. In fact, the snake attacked its prey in a more dramatic way. It would dive partially into the water, and then when its prey was in range, Titanoboa suddenly pounced on it and grabbed it with its massive jaws around the trachea. Because of its size and musculature, this reptile could easily handle adult alligators. Titanoboa nowadays. In spite of all existing pictures, the existence of Titanoboa today is still just a guess with no official confirmation. But let's imagine how the animal world would change if Titanoboa were not extinct. It's very difficult to predict the turn of events in this case, but I'll nevertheless try to suggest how this snake could fit into modern life. Titanoboa inhabited swamps and rivers in ancient times. Therefore, in modern times, it would hardly want to change its principles and to change its place of residence. More likely, the forests of the Amazon River would have been the home of the ancient giant. Should people be afraid of a Titanoboa attack? Scientists don't know all the subtleties of the ancient snake's relationship with humans because it became extinct long before modern humans, but based on the anaconda's passive attitude to humans, we can assume that Titanoboa would have behaved the same way. However, crocodiles, river dolphins, fish, manatees, and even land mammals would have a hard time. The voracious snake would change the food chain, and some species would simply cease to exist. Scientists have a different view on this. They think that the existence of Titanoboa is unlikely these days, and the reason's quite simple. It lies in climate change, which would acutely affect the cold-blooded reptile. Titanoboa were perfectly adapted to high temperatures, but could not tolerate low temperatures, so the movement of the continents and the gradual cooling led to the slow extinction of these snakes. However, these same scientists don't deny that Titanoboa may return because of global warming. Many years of adaptation to higher temperatures caused the animals to grow in size, producing more carbon dioxide. Modern anacondas and boa constrictors may evolve into a species similar to Titanoboa, but it'll take millions of years to do it. And what do you think? Do you believe that Titanoboa are still alive today and lurking in the uncharted jungles of South America? Or are these snakes long since extinct? Share your thoughts in the comments and stay tuned. There's a few more giant snakes further in this episode that are 100% alive, unlike Titanoboa. The biggest snake on Earth. The largest snake in the world today, judging by its body length, is the reticulated python, so called because of the complex reticulated pattern on its skin. The flattened head and the light zigzag pattern on the sides surrounded by brown scales are the distinguishing features of this reptile. The reticulated python weighs about 165 pounds. It's ubiquitous in Southeast Asia, from the lowlands to the foothills. Currently the largest snake on the planet, information about which is confirmed, is just a reticulated python, or rather a female reticulated python named Medusa. This reptile reaches a length of 25.1 feet and weighs almost 352 pounds. Medusa was caught in the United States in October 2011. She currently lives in the Full Moon Productions Park in Kansas. Medusa was cared for by an entire staff who carry the snake with their combined efforts and feed her abundantly. Medusa eats rabbits, deer, and even small wild boars, which she's given twice a month. Anaconda. The common anaconda is huge. On average, it's 13 to 16 feet long. According to official data, the largest caught female anaconda reached 17 feet in length with a weight of 215 pounds. It's worth noting that there are many reports of anacondas longer than 20 or even 32 feet, but none of such observations is reliable. Scientists explain the reason for this confusion. In their opinion, it's very difficult to measure the genuine length of a living anaconda because of its natural characteristics. It's possible to measure a dead anaconda, but there's a nuance. Its scales stretch after death, and stretching a live green anaconda to its full length to measure it is almost impossible. In addition, many people, when they see a green anaconda in the wild, are frightened by its size and estimate it inadequately, which leads to exaggerations. That's all, guys. What's your favorite snake species? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you later.